Good Erev Shabbos, Bayit family, and all those out there. Thinking of you, thinking of Am Yisrael and Medinat Yisrael, and all those in harm's way, with prayers for release and relief. It's so good to approach Shabbat in these days, especially the opportunity to take in the intensity of the week and process with family and community is one of the special gifts I feel more intensely since October 7th about the blessing of Shabbat. And in this week's parasha, tucked in between the conclusion of the instructions about the construction of the Mishkan and God finally giving Moshe the tablets, which of course then Moshe brings down and shatters in that moment of breaking and brokenness. In between comes one of the special moments in which we get the mitzvah of Shabbat presented to us in such a beautiful and powerful way. One of the central psukim is this one, V'shamru v'nei Yisrael ta-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Of course, a part of our daytime Kiddush and of our Friday night Tefillah. Let the Jewish people preserve, protect the Shabbat as an eternal covenant for their generations. And the Mayana Shel Torah, a compendium of beautiful Hasidic and other teachings on the parasha, quotes a number of teachings, of which I want to share two, that complement each other to give us a sense of the power of Shabbat, both in space and in time. First is the teaching of the Kedushat Levi, who comments on V'shamru v'nei Yisrael ta-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam brit olam, suggesting first, if Bnei Yisrael keeps Shabbat, if we throw ourselves into the power of rest, the Kedusha, the Kavod, and the Oneg that we bring to Shabbat, then la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam brit olam, it strengthens that muscle of being able to preserve and observe the Shabbat for eternity. That is to say, Shabbat is an experience that builds on itself. Done right, the experience of Shabbat should make us thirst, yearn, and long for next Shabbat when the previous one ends. So may we be intentional and thoughtful about observing, preserving, and protecting Shabbat, experiencing in such a way that makes us look forward to the next Shabbat. The Yalkut Ruveni points out that the word ledorotam towards the end of the pasuk is written chaser, without the vav in dorot. And he suggests that actually that makes it possible for us to read it ledirotam, v'shamru v'nei Yisrael ta-Shabbat ledirotam. Let the Jewish people observe and keep the Shabbat in their dwelling places. Of course, it ties to the beautiful midrashim about the angels who accompany us home to our homes on Friday night and take a survey of how our house looks. Of course, Shabbat is sanctity in time, but how do we mark it in space? Do our homes glow with the feeling of Shabbat? The Shabbat candles, special Shabbat tablecloth, and all the other little things we might choose to do to enhance and decorate our house for Shabbat. B'shamru v'nei Yisrael ta-Shabbat ledirotam, bringing it into our homes, letting our homes truly feel Shabbat in space and not just Shabbat in time. Blessings for a Shabbat of reflection, of togetherness, of peace, a Shabbat that suffuses our home and enables us to look forward to many, many more Shabbatot in the future together. Hope to see you in our shared home, the Bayit, which will sparkle for Shabbat thanks to the incredible work of our building team week in and week out. Shabbat Shalom to all.